Hello everyone, my name is Brian, this is Football Manager 22, and we're back in Salisbury, looking in on our favorite Club Vision screen. As you can see, there is actually a lot of yellow and orange and red, mostly orange and red, on the left side of the board, along with some green, for the first time. And yet, over here in the top right, still an A-plus job. So let's break that down real quick. In terms of their requests, they want us to play attacking soccer. We've attempted to do so. Unfortunately, in the late middle of the season so far, really the middle of the season, since we're just a little over halfway through, we've stalled out in a couple games. We haven't scored the goals we should have scored, and performed kind of wildly under XG. It was disappointing. Make the most of set pieces. We definitely have not done that, despite the fact that I try. We don't have anyone who's especially great at taking set pieces, at taking free kicks, and the keepers have gotten better. So there's less free points to be stolen there, at least with the players we have. We've scored maybe 2 on corners and 2 on directs and none on indirects. It's fine, but nothing impressive. Play counterattacking soccer. Not really something I want to be doing anymore. I want to be playing possession soccer. Same with direct soccer. No, I want to be playing possession soccer. I wish they would let me take this away. I tried last time. They tried to give me Club Vision. I went, they'd only let me really fiddle with play direct soccer. And I'd remove, and they're like, no, you need to play direct soccer. And I'm like, remove. I'm like, no, play direct soccer. And what's the point of negotiating if they're not going to negotiate on literally anything? We are playing entertaining soccer apparently, and we sign young players, and we don't sign old players. So this has been achieved despite the fact that it's reserving judgment. However, on the stuff below, we are generally succeeding. We are working within the payroll budget. We still have $1.5 million, a little more than that, we could spend, though some of it could be shifted into actual transfer budget. We are doing much better than fight bravely against relegation in the championship. We reached the second round of the Carabao Cup, though I believe that's all we reached. And then we failed in the FA Cup in an embarrassing beat of performance we will go over soon. So, in terms of schedule, as you can see, things were going very well here. We beat Peterborough in the first round after a draw, 1-0 in the replay. And then we get to Southend, who we've had our troubles with before. They're now in League 2, so good for them for getting promoted. And we scored a goal in the 68th, but they managed to get it back in the 78th, and then dragged us to penalties. And we missed 2 and they missed 1. So, that's all it is. Penalties are crapshoot. We don't save many of them, so... as you can see here, with all the, not all the losses, but we went 0-1 here, 0-0, 1-0, 0-2. So over a 4-game stretch there, we scored 1 goal. That was unpleasant. Things maybe have turned around a little with 4-0, 1-0, 2-1, 4 away. And even then we scored a goal against Burnley, even though they dominated possession here. But this was because of... you Brits. I cannot stand your holiday football scheduling. We'll play Boxing Day and the 1st, and if a weekend falls in between there, we'll play that as well. So you get, 3 games in 5 days, and suddenly against Burnley, I'm playing a completely rotated side with all backups, and we get killed. Burnley's a good team, and we might have gotten killed anyways, but didn't stand a chance. So yeah, succeeded by getting knocked out by Watford in the Carabao Cup. Embarrassing loss to Southend in the Emirates Cup, in the FA Cup. But overall, our performance has been pretty good in the championship. We are down a game to Barnsley and Nottingham Forest, so in this game, theoretically, we can grab the second automatic qualifying spot with a draw or win. Actually, a draw would put us both on the same goal differential, so I don't know what the next tiebreak would be. So we may or may not get it, but it's a close race there. We could certainly grab either promotion spot. We could stay in the tournament, or Derby and West Brom are still close enough with enough games to play that we could collapse and fall out entirely. Who knows? My two loanees that I sent out, that I purchased and sent out, are both having a decent enough time. They aren't playing for particularly good teams. Arthur Duncan apparently needs a rest because they keep playing him. He's played 37 games already for Yeovil. Has a pretty bad rating of 6.73. But apparently Yeovil doesn't have anyone better because he was supposed to get regular starter minutes. He's getting important player minutes, as Yeovil is 21st in Skybet League 2 and trying to hold on. But, yeah, there's some space there. They should be able to do it. But he's getting good experience. Right now he's tired, so he's not developing as well as you'd like, but, what can you do? And then Gerard Casey with Rochdale. Again, he's getting regular starting minutes, 32 games, has 5 goals, 3 assists, excuse me. Strange flipping that to me. Much better rating for Rochdale, who is in 16th, much safer position. So they're both getting good experience. I'm very happy with that. We have made an agreement to sign Brad Blumgren from Man City already. Again, this is partially due to the rules being scrubbed out. I don't believe we should have been able to sign him under normal rules, given his contract doesn't expire for another 6 months. Usually it is 1 month to sign within the same league. But yeah, he seemed like a promising young player, just 18, out of City, and he didn't want much of a raise. So worst case, we'll loan him out, and if not, maybe he'll compete with Crook for the starting job. He's got a lot of pace, can dribble. He's got a good first touch and passing technique. His crossing could use work. All right, mentals. We'll see how he goes. Anything else that I need to cover? Scouting? No. Looked around for suppliers. No one I need to sign. A few players I'm looking at. We brought in Harvey Neville, Phil's son, to take a look, but he wasn't good enough to sign as a left back, so he's floating around now, the English unemployed, after we pulled him away from his second tier team in the US. Anyways, this usually I try and give us games that are against good teams, but I couldn't resist the memes. I'm sorry. Usually I'd be like showing you this game against Reading, who's in 4th, or this game against Burnley, though I'd want to avoid that. They were in 11th, but definitely that game against Reading. The schedule's pretty easy next month. Cool. But how could I turn down an opportunity to see how well we could do on a cold, gusty, drizzling, rainy night at Stoke? Limbombe has picked up a slight injury. He should be able to play. We might have to pull him off just to not overwork him. The schedule right now is pretty good in terms of we're just playing one a week, especially since we got knocked out of all our tournaments. Actually, I think I'm going to play McLean out there since Brimble is injured. And we will play Slaughter at defensive midfield, and we will bring in Shotton from the guys who are not remotely fit to play, or not remotely match sharp, but are on month-to-month contracts. Gary Brimble is injured. Gary Brimble also will probably be upset with us soon, as we told him we'd be negotiating a new contract with him. I don't necessarily plan to. He is a good player. He's a sufficient player at this level. He doesn't excite me. He doesn't interest me. I don't think he has the potential to do much at the Premier League level. And his contract expires in 6 months. No, it's still a year and a half. Dude, just deal with it. Yeah. So, anyways, this is the lineup. This is what most of them playing now. Limbombe, McNally, and Crook up top. Ingolfson, Doyle, Slaughter in the middle, though McLean's usually there and Brimble's usually there. Rather than the left, John and Cumming in the back, and Sinisalo as the goalkeeper. Let's take it to the match. Hasselbank. Let's keep what we're doing going. Defenders, have faith. And here at Stoke, in this cold and dreary night, Limbambe gets us kicked off, sending it back to Ingolfsson, back to John. Bombs it forward to Fradley, who heads it to McNally, plays it into Ingolfsson. Looking back, back to Slaughter, and chips it forward to Doyle. I was expecting to play back to the center back there. Doyle looking to create the edge, and there's it. Nothing doing. They cross it out. They clear it out. Slaughter gets it and plays it to McLean, who just kind of holds on it, and we lose the clip. Stoke is playing a 4-2-3-1. McLean will take the free kick. And off the woodwork to the outside. Not super close. McLean is one of our better takers, which just says how we are at taking free kicks. Marquez has it. Well defended so far. Wallace goes for the shot. No one guarding Baptiste, but he just misplaces it wildly, and it's out the back. We're back in possession. Doyle plays back to Cumming to Slaughter. They're pressing us a bit. Super hard, but enough that we have to keep moving it. Cumming goes, plays it outside, nearly intercepted. Luckily played up to Limbambe, looking to create an opportunity here. Gets a step, plays it across. McNally heads it, just having to retreat there. And then he was never going to get the momentum he needed on the ball. Let's encourage the boys, as they probably have their ralliness falling off from the initial pre-game conference. Ingolfsson has picked up a yellow card, and they start the ball from a spot. Played forward to Sam. Back to O'Brien, who just kind of waffles it into the crowd. I've noticed a lot less offsides for both my team and other teams at this level. There still doesn't appear to be VAR, but they all the players, I assume, are starting to understand the offsides rule. Finally, Fradley plays in the Limbambe, but he's surrounded by 3 men, so he can't do anything with it. They bomb it away. Should be easily handled by ourselves. Cumming actually slides under John. I don't know what was going on there. That's a miscommunication. Luckily not punished. Up to McNally, who's going to drive for the end line. He is right-footed, so he pirouettes and sends the cross to Crook, who heads it. No luck. Benda grabs it. Cumming and John are reliably the 2 highest rated players on the team, other than Limbambe possibly. And again, he's been on a cold streak lately with their ratings since having McLean from the outside. Plays it in. John, header. First goal of the season for the often disgruntled Jason John. His most notable attribute is his controversy rating. His hidden rating is very high. I could tell from his media handling style and his personality. So if you try and compliment him, he will get upset. If you try to chastise him, he will get upset. I'm pretty sure if I tried to just ignore him, he would get upset. So you gotta live with it. He's one of my loanies from Leeds. I can see why Leeds isn't re-signing him. He's a talented player, but dude's a jerk. All right, doing well. Let's take it to the next level. We'll tell our midfielders, in particular, since they weren't terribly lit up, that they can do more. And Stoke, the Candy Stripers, will take and play it around a bit. Baptiste Belmonte, back to Muller. Baidu on the edge. We are up to 60 points, which puts us ahead of Barnsley and into second place as things currently stand. They play it forward. Cummings going to give you the first to it, luckily, and plays it back to Sinisalo. He'll play it to John, who taps it out to Fradley. No one on him, so he'll take us time for half a second. Playing up to McNally. To Ingolfsson, who plays it into Slaughter. Nothing doing. Looks like we're going to get a corner here. Nope. Free kick just outside the box. McLean plays it. Header. Tipped. Nothing. Out to McLean. Oh, dude. Ian. Instead of just rebombing across into the middle, he passes when all the people coming at him are defenders. Luckily, we managed to retain possession there. And McLean will take it from the other side, playing it into Cumming. No, can he find it? John. Yeah, he's not very talented with his feet, which is, maybe not the best thing for a soccer player, to be not talented with their feet. Slaughter heads it out. They retain possession, unfortunately. Bayo to Belmonte. Bayo, looking for Estevez, excuse me. out there on the edge, dances with it. Luckily, Ingolfson maybe? Yeah. Has come out to guard him. O'Brien misses the header. Marquez gets it, but Sinisalo has whipped to that side of the net and easily fields it. John will head it forward to Fradley. Doesn't see an opportunity, so plays it back to John. Up to Slaughter. Plays it back to John to Ingolfson. Into Slaughter. Plays it forward to Crook. There we go. I'm liking that move. Doyle. Crook's bringing it in. Tries a bit of a chip from long distance, but Benda manages to handle it. 60th minute. We are doing pretty well in terms of shots and on targets versus them and XG. They've had more corners, which is the sole reason probably their XG is staying decent. We are now at the 70th minute, so it's time to start looking into who's playing poorly, who's on yellow cards, all that fun stuff. Ingolfson is not having he's having an okay game, but is also on a yellow. Looking into bringing in, new acquisition Billy Bell. I forgot to mention him. The kid's played 176 games for Filed. I don't know. In like the Vanarama National League. So his whole career, 15 to 20 was at Filed. And I looked at this kid and went, no, he is so much better than that. His physicals are solid, and as a center mid, they don't need to be great. His mentals are good. His technicals, again, 13 in free kicks, so I guess that would be the guy who can give us free kicks. 13 tackling, 14 technique, 10 passing and marking. It's just fine center midfield stuff at age 20. He's still got time to develop. Yeah, this is a guy, is... we got him for free because he was off contract. But still it's Filed. And the game estimates he's worth 2.4 to 3.9 million. Okay, deal. Anyways, he'll come in for Ingolfson. Crook is, again, having a mediocre rating and is on a yellow card. So we'll go with Armstrong, despite the fact that Armstrong has been a perpetual disappointment lately. He's training reasonably well, so I was out of that, but yeah. And then third substitution. Thompson, Bradbury, Branois. We could just... no, Cummings too good, and he's going to get a full week off. We'll risk him being on a yellow card. McLean at right back's not doing terribly well. What can we do there? We could play Brandon Branois out there. He doesn't have amazing pace, but I think he'll be fine. Yeah, let's get him in for... McLean's actually having a good day, so let's leave him alone then. Fradley's been disappointing lately for... I don't know why, but let's have Bradbury come in for him. He's the only one who's not pleased or confident. He's just composed and having a mediocre day. So you try and preserve our 1-0 lead. 75th minute. Sisal plays up to Cumming. Waits for opposition. Plays across to John. Plays it up to Slaughter. Slaughter bombs it forward as he doesn't like what he's seeing. Unfortunately, they come away with it. Estevez. Luckily, Limbambe gets back in. Dispossesses Estevez. It gets played back to John and Cumming. Played up to Slaughter. Slaughter takes a look. Plays it to Bell. Bell finds Doyle working his way up through the middle. Out to Armstrong on the wing. Plays up to Limbambe's equal guy. And the chip. Just a little too strong. Doyle's gassing out. So is McNally. But again, full week off after this. So that looks good for us. They just have had to take off Marquez due to injury and are out of substitution. So we will be playing 11 on 10 the rest of the way as one of their attacking players goes out. That's probably helpful for us in holding the lead. Armstrong with the ball and dribbles it to the outside. Plays it into Doyle. Plays it back into Armstrong, who's cut inside. Plays it back to Slaughter. Up to McNally with his 11th goal this year. Robbie McNally proving to be a worthwhile investment. I spoke too soon about disallowed goals. Change instructions to waste time when we get a chance. Let us drop Armstrong back into the midfield and shift McNally to support from attack as we move to a defensive mentality in the last 3 minutes of regulation, 5 minutes of stoppage due to the Marquez injury. And with a minute left, John will restart, playing it up to Bell. Slaughter gets involved. Unfortunately, they take possession, and Benda bombs it forward. Easily handled by John, who will play back to Sinisalo, who, again, plays it strongly back straight into their central defense, make them at least bring it out. Of course, that doesn't take that much time. They bomb it forward to Sam McLean, heads it free. Armstrong comes away with it, plays it forward to Limbombe, who heads it back to Doyle. Doyle makes a run, plays it forward for Limbombe, but he just doesn't have the pep in his step to get there, and or their central defenders are quick enough. But we get it as they play it back. Cumming plays it forward to Limbombe. Again, their defenders are the ones who came away with it. I wish they would stop doing that. Maintain possession, but hey, it's enough on this fine day. Relatively unexciting game. One good header by Jason John, our player of the game. But it's enough to win. Well done, everyone. Everyone's well motivated. And so that's how things look. We don't have anything on the schedule rest of the way other than I could praise him, but that's just always such a risk. All right, we're going to try. Keep it up. He's happy for once. How dare he? So, yeah, we've had to turn down numerous offers for our players that I want to keep. If someone came in for Brimble, I'd sell him Brimble in a heartbeat. Jason John is transferring to Watford at the end of next year, so good for him. So, yeah, we're on a pretty short squad. We still don't have a B team. We still don't have a U18 team. We have the youth intake coming up soon. The head of youth development told us not to expect anything. Allegedly, center backs was listed as an A position, so theoretically we're going to have like a 3 gray star center back with 2.5 star potential, maybe, I guess, if we're lucky. Whether we sign him or not, I don't know. But yeah, so that's how things have gone. We've turned things around lately. The schedule is just very straightforward. There's a few Tuesday games, Friday game here, but it's largely one a week, so we won't have to rotate that much with no cups involved, and just try and play our way up to the Premier League. So, thank you very much for joining me. We will be back in April and or May as appropriate for games to hopefully clinch a promotion, and if not, clinch a spot in the promotion playoff, and then promotion playoff games. And if not that, if how things go terribly wrong over the next month and 2 months, then just some random game to round out the year and let you know that things have fallen apart. As always, do the social media tango of liking, subscribing, commenting. I'd love to hear from any or all of you who do actually follow this silly little thing I do. Thank you so much for watching.